everyone, I'm MacKenzie and I'm with the Beaverton City Library. Normally I'm over at the Murray Shoals branch, but today I am at my home and I'm going to give you another STEM challenge. So just a reminder, STEM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math. And today's challenge is fancy feathers. How do ducks and penguins stay dry in the water? Change a feather so it stays dry in the water. So you will need a few supplies, probably things that you have access to at home. First, you'll need some oil, probably from your kitchen. I grabbed some olive oil, but any other oil will do. Sunflower, canola, vegetable oil, whatever oil you might have. You will need some petroleum jelly or Vaseline. You might find this in your bathroom. And some crayons. Just a spray bottle of just regular water, just out of the tap. A few paintbrushes. And this is something that you might have to make, though it's pretty easy. These are just some feathers that I drew and then cut out on cardstock. And you can use cardstock or paper or construction paper, whatever you happen to have on hand. And you might be a wonderful artist and be able to just hand draw or freehand cut these out. But in case you're not like me, I Googled feathers clip art on Google Images. And basically it looks a lot like a leaf, these bigger ones. And then you just cut a few notches just to say like, hey, I'm a feather. And you might see I have a few different sizes. I would probably recommend cutting out something on the bigger side so that you have more surface area to brush on like your oil and use your crowns on and everything. This one is just a little bit small. All right, so now is a great time to go grab your supplies. And if you're back, I have a hint for you. It says, how do the crayons, oil, or jelly react to the water? Test each one and see. So you might color your feather. This is where you'll want like at least 3 feathers, right? You might use a paintbrush to paint on some oil and to spread on some petroleum jelly. And then the water. Which I don't know, maybe you're gonna dip the whole feather into the water. Maybe you're just gonna spray the water onto the feather as if it's raining. Whatever you decide to do, just remember to keep it constant since you changed what you were doing, what you were putting on each feather, okay? What is going on here? Some materials don't mix with water. Wax and other oily materials repel or push away water. Animals that spend time in the water, like ducks, penguins, beavers, and seals, have an oily coating on their feathers and fur. It repels water and helps them stay dry underneath. When ducks comb their feathers with their beaks, they use an oil gland near their mouth to add more oil to their feathers. And beavers use a special toenail to spread oil through their fur. That's really cool. I didn't know that. All right, so it's a great time to test everything out, see what you find out, see what works best to repel that water, to make sure that those feathers don't get wet, whether you dunk them or you spray them, all right? And I have 5 extension activities for you. So the first one is science-based. Water doesn't react the same to all substances. What other substances repel water? So this might be a great time to walk around your home, look in your kitchen, look in your bathroom, see what other things you might have access to that you can test on more feathers. T for technology. What tools do animals use to spread oil on their feathers and fur? So remember there was that gland near the duck's mouths and that toenail that beavers have. What other tools could you use? E for engineering. How can humans use a similar adaptation? Create a product that repels water to solve a problem or improve an existing product. So think about something that you don't want to get wet, whether it's your hair or your clothes or your library books that you'll eventually bring back to the library. Or for me, it's my shoes. Whether I'm running and I get wet feet, or I'm walking to work and I have to be extra careful what shoes I decide to wear to work, because I don't want wet feet once I'm at the library. A for art, design a mural that can stay outside. Be sure to protect it from the rain in some way. And M for math, do some substances repel water better than others? How can you measure which materials are best? All right, that is your STEM challenge, Fancy Feathers. Thank you for tuning in, and I will be back next time. Thanks, everyone.